It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we're watching the longtime star Bobby Wagner. He's a nightmare to deal with in the front seven. It's the Commanders and the Giants, just ahead on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Go.
Feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The numbers for him from a week ago, 12 carries, 53 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get they've got to find that and fast.
This is taken at the 18. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. Leading them out, their young quarterback, the rookie from LSU.
And I can't imagine that week 1 was anything except a whirlwind for this young man. A few bright spots in the opener, but as expected, a few rookie mistakes as well. Let's find out if he learned from them, and we'll show some progress and improvement starting here in week 2.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. Daniels looking to throw. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Working out of the gun, Daniels. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, It's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Here is 3rd and 5. Block working out of the gun. Open man is the rookie, Theo Johnson. And he will have a Giants first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Here's Locke. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and out. And now they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. On the touch pass, and he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a pickup of 6. Running on first down, Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. See the athleticism there of Brian Burns stopping him behind the line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Throwing now is Daniels. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Play action, now it's Daniels. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Buried behind the line by Azeez Ojulari.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start with a run by Tracy. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
To throw it is Locke. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up second down. They look to throw. It's Locke. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Locke to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 2nd and a couple. Now Locke. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington 16. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Block now to throw. That's and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Shotgun snap to Locke. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You talk about this Giant defense. And they're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
Always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man. And are you going to win that battle? You're going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground. Because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle.
And the flying in there and dropping him for the sack. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the 1st quarter.
And, yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Locke. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Time approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Now Locke again. Catch made by Slayton. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, New York.
Tracy going to get it on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line? After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Locke going to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36.
And that's complete to McCaffrey. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Now Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 4.
At the 41-yard line.
A give, Eckler running to the right. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's 2nd and 10. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. To the air goes Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's Daniels. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Brian Burns. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And looking up into the sun, he's able to make the fair catch inside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Locke going right side. He finds Slayton.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down. Locke. That is caught. There he goes left side. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Giants. Malik Neighbors with his first career NFL touchdown. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes our score 17-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game.
Nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of it, putting it away.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Off the play fake, Daniels. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. To throw is Daniels. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense and Drew Lock headed back onto the field. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Here's Locke. There's a short one caught by Johnson. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. On the option left, it's Locke. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 3. Operating from the gun, Locke. It's complete to Robinson. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, New York.
Tracy trying the right side. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Jeremy Chin there defensively. 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Right back to Tracy. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Looking to throw. Locke. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and the lead will stay put at 17.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Daniels. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's Tressway now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Here's Jackson. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Giants offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Throwing to start the drive. Block. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
Back to throw. Block. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Back to throw again. This one is Slayton over the middle. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 41-yard line. To throw it is Locke. Robinson's got it. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
1st down, New York.
Locke looks to throw it again. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll start in the NFC with an intriguing one at AT&T Stadium. New Orleans paying a visit to Dallas, and it's the Saints who have the lead in the 2nd quarter. Chris Olave, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Jahmyr Gibbs with a couple of touchdown runs. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Josh Downs, a touchdown reception. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Washington offense set to take over again. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Well, and a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it'll be a third and about 13. Daniels looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action. Daniels. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
They'll look to throw again. That's into the hands of Eckler. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. And what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
23 yards on the play. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Daniels. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Giants' offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. In motion, Slayton. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. That one taken in by Neighbors. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And everyone wants a dynamic receiver on the outside, and he may take it to a new level. Slot fade, one of his favorite routes when he played at LSU. And head coach Brian Daboll, he loves the competitiveness that Neighbors brings to the table.
And that's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
On play action, Locke. Catch made by Slayton. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he will have a Giants first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Again, it's Locke. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. 10 back there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and 5.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now Locke. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 29-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. On the give, it's Tracy. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 3rd and 2. They'll hand it to Tracy. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. Locke going to throw. Completed to Hyatt. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. On the run is Tracy, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that will lead to a 3rd and goal. They look to throw. It's Locke. And this is going to be incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this 2nd half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Gano for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And bulldozing his way through. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half.
Game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
This really sets them back now for 2nd down.
He's going to try and take off with it.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's Deonte Banks with it.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Eckler, they run left side. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Now Daniels.
That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. up the middle with Eckler. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and second down.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally.
Now in the third quarter. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second down and a yard.
Second and 1 at the Giants' 27-yard line.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Commanders Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing now is Daniels. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. De'Ami Brown, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency, because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
48 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here's Tracy.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
3rd and 12.
Shotgun snap to Lock.
That's complete. It's Neighbors.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Brian Dable reaching for that challenge flag, and he's going to have the officials review this call.
Previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So winds up a very smart decision to throw the flag. They reset the spot, and now that's a first down. On the ground, here comes Tracy.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. Tracy. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. This one is Slayton over the middle. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
The Washington offense back out there. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
So a PI call going to cost them there defensively. What did
Definitely a penalty.
to the air goes Daniels.
Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
To throw is Daniels. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They go play action. Daniels. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Daniels looking to throw.
And that's good. It'll be 4th down.
Daniels going to throw for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels. This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. A nice little juke. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Austin Eckler, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
As it's down to a 23-point game.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll go again with Tracy. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. Here is third down and 4. Here's Locke. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 17 yards and a Giant first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
That one out wide and intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football, because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Daniel's going to try and throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple. They run the counter. Tracy, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
They'll keep it on the ground. Tracy. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Tracy. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now a first carry for their fullback.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts.
That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Up the middle they go. Tracy.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here's Locke to throw.
He's got the hook up there to Neighbors. And he is going to have a New York first down, and the Giants are going to win the football game.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. Locke, he's set to take a knee, and that should do it for this ball game. Good bounce back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realizes there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
So it's a win here for the Giants, and it was thanks largely to the efforts of their quarterback, Drew Lock.
Yeah, some of these DBs are going to be tossing and turning tonight, partner. He really had their number. Wound up with well over 300 yards passing and 2 touchdowns to boot.
So for the Giants, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.